Algorithmic Bias, Facial Recognition Systems by Sid Ganta, Nate Asia, Kai Blanchard, Brian Young, and Shun Sakai. Imagine this is you, bored in class, and you want to go onto your iPhone, and you want to unlock it hands-free. Well, you're in luck, for Apple has graced us with Face ID, a facial recognition system that unlocks the phone when you are in front of it. So you pull your phone out of your pocket, hold it up discreetly, and boom, it unlocks. Well, your friend looks over and decides to do the same, pulls out the phone, discreetly holds it up, but Face ID doesn't work. A couple of angles later, and after getting called out by the teacher, you two are left confused as to why Face ID didn't work. The key difference here is you are a white male, and she is a darker skinned female. This is a shocking problem. Is her phone actively discriminating against her? Yes, but not on purpose. And it's an issue that developers need to address because the onus is on them. This happens because the data sets that these algorithms are trained on are implicitly biased. Because the data sets contain bias, the models then receive that bias, even though they are not designed to discriminate. It is up to the developers of such algorithms to correct for this to ensure equity in their products.
Perhaps you haven't yet embraced the iPhone, or maybe you simply appreciate the assurance of typing in a secure 6-digit passcode to access your device. Another common place that face detection is used is in unlocking your laptop. Gone are the days of laboriously typing in passwords. Now, a simple glance is all it takes to access your digital world. To power this glancing feature, many new laptops come with the latest LiDAR camera technology, enabling the recognizing of a user's face. This innovation facilitates tasks like unlocking your computer, effortlessly auto-filling passwords and personal details, and even enabling online payments with just a glance. When the service operates effectively, it empowers users to streamline everyday tasks, enhancing productivity and efficiency in their daily lives. But imagine if this works better for some races or genders rather than others, only because the model was trained with a higher concentration of a certain race or gender. This is algorithmic bias.
MIT technology researcher Joy Bolamwini experienced this very issue when she was testing facial recognition software. However, it couldn't detect her skin until she put on a white mask and immediately failed once she took it off. This horrifying discovery prompted her to start her own research. Aware that facial recognition systems relied on pattern recognition, she dug through reports to see if there were multiple instances of this very same issue. This led her to find out that in the UK, law enforcement had falsely identified over 90% of innocent people as criminals. Startled by her discovery within the UK, she used the software created by big name tech firms such as Amazon to test her theory. Much to her disappointment, she found the software had higher error rates in classifying the gender of darker skinned females in contrast to lighter skinned males. Her discoveries had led her to spurring companies like Amazon and IBM to improve their facial recognition models and pleaded for them to stop selling their software to law enforcement officials since it seemingly targeted minorities.
Let's take a look at a recent blunder by Google from 2015. Google was one of the earliest adopters of facial and image recognition since they possess one of the largest collections of images on the web, Google Images. As we'll see, their algorithm was far from perfect, and they paid the price for this oversight. Here, we can see two examples from the above respective articles. While the mistakes are incredibly jarring, they are mistakes we should investigate. In the bottom left, A monocular is misidentified as a gun with the darker skin tone. And in the top right, we see two darker toned individuals misidentified as gorillas. Why does this happen? The majority of facial recognition training datasets are unsurprisingly comprised of white men. While it might be easy to say we should simply train on less white men, we first need to understand why our dataset looks like this. Datasets are often comprised of pre-existing photos because these models need tens of millions of data points to train on, and manual data collection is just not feasible. The most available dataset that comes to mind for facial recognition are celebrities. Unsurprisingly, the majority of celebrities are white males. Secondly, the default settings on cameras are optimized for lighter skin tones. This makes for lower quality datasets with people with darker skin tones.
So now we've identified the issue of algorithmic bias in facial recognition systems. But is everything a lost cause? Not necessarily. Now we will talk about some potential solutions to mitigate this bias and ensure a more ethical system. One of the solutions lies in cultivating more diverse datasets that encompass a broader spectrum of demographics. By incorporating a range of ethnicities, genders, ages, and other relevant factors, we can mitigate bias and foster more accurate and equitable facial recognition technology. Cameras often struggle to detect darker skin tones, leading to biased outcomes. Adjusting camera engineering to accurately capture a diverse range of faces can mitigate this issue, ensuring fair representation in facial recognition technology. If we're able to incorporate these practices into the development of facial recognition technology, we can develop unbiased and ethical facial recognition systems. This way, everyone, no matter the race, gender, or sexuality, can leverage the power of facial recognition.